We just saw one of the most spectacular examples of made-up, misdirected mishmash from the Trump administration that we've ever seen. And to say that of Trump in this administration is really saying something. I'm talking, of course, about the announcement of a ceasefire in Trump's war with Iran.
Just in, the president has agreed to stop bombing for 2 weeks.
And this truly is a masterclass in the medium of bullshit. And there are so many confusions and deceptions that they're throwing in here. I've really tried to narrow it down to just 3 key things that are going on. And the third one is truly the worst. The first thing that's really fishy about this ceasefire is the whole announcement of it. It's bizarre. Trump declared that the U.S. had won a total and complete victory. Notice that he's doing it on Truth Social at 6:32 in the evening, literally when the national news broadcasts are on. But here's the thing. Trump himself never appeared on camera to do it. This is odd. If we won such a total and complete victory, the stuff that presidents like to hang banners and throw parades about, why was Trump announcing it by telephone? Were there no telegrams? No skywriters available? Seriously, when President Obama announced the killing of Osama bin Laden 15 years ago, he went on live television at 11:35 p.m. Eastern. And this follows the same pattern from the start of the war, where Trump mainly talked about it with reporters by phone. Suffice it to say, it's pretty hard to believe that this is such a glorious victory when the president seems so furtive about it. It's like if your buddy says, "Oh, I've got this smoking hot new girlfriend," and it turns out she lives really far away and he just doesn't have any pictures. The second thing that's clearly bullshit here is Trump's announcement as part of his original Truth Social post that we've received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it's a workable basis on which to negotiate. And in fact, that we've already agreed to almost all of the points, so it just needs a couple of weeks to dot the I's and cross the T's. For one thing, Trump can't quite figure out the number of points. First it was 10. By the next morning it was 15. But that's understandable. Maybe this happened.
The Lord Jehovah has given unto you these 15. 10 commandments.
The bigger problem is that this entire idea that it's mostly been agreed to is total bullshit. I owe a big debt of gratitude here to former Washington Post fact checker Glenn Kessler for his Substack post about this. And by the way, Glenn is going to be my guest on my Worth Knowing live stream on Tuesday the 14th. So make sure to subscribe to this channel if you like exploding Trump administration lies. But clearly Iran's list includes all kinds of things that the U.S. would never agree to and would represent an unconditional surrender by America. Iran would maintain control of the Strait of Hormuz, we'd lift all of our sanctions, we'd accept their nuclear program, and we'd pay them reparations. Here's Iran's formal statement, which says this out loud, that America has agreed to back down. Leave Iran in control of the Strait of Hormuz, accept their nuclear program, lift sanctions, and pay them damages. If that's the agreement that Trump says is basically all but final, what he's really saying is that he's waving the white flag. And that really gets to the third point and kind of the biggest. Remember that claim of total victory, including that the Republic of Iran had agreed to the complete and immediate and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz? Well, it was immediately, completely, and in real time falsified. Here's a release from the Associated Press on April 7th, 2 hours after Trump's Truth Social post, in which Iran says it's going to charge protection money for ships to go through the Strait of Hormuz. Let's remember what victory was supposed to mean here. And it was slippery from the beginning. Trump said at various times that this was about regime change, stopping the nuclear program, and ending Iran's ability to threaten its neighbors and U.S. interests. Here's the key point. This ceasefire achieves exactly none of those aims. Iran still has enriched uranium. There's no agreement to retrieve it and dispose of it, or even that they can't make more of it. We did kill Supreme Leader Khamenei. However, the regime is still intact. The hardliners are still in charge. If anything, their grip on the country is stronger than it was before. And as far as Iran's ability to threaten its neighbors, they were still firing missiles at Israel even into the hours and days after the ceasefire was announced. And overall, strategically, Iran came out of this stronger, not weaker. In fact, our enemies around the world have all come out stronger. Vladimir Putin's Russia helped Iran to target American troops, and Trump let them get away with it and actually made excuses for them. China has seen us retreat with our tail between our legs after our adversary attacked the Strait of Hormuz. And how much do you want to bet that they're looking at another strait and calculating just how much they can get away with. I said at the outset of this war that even though it was misguided, nonsensical, haphazard, it was still possible that the United States could achieve some good outcomes. It still remains possible, but the key thing is that no good outcomes have occurred yet. No lasting ones, anyway. And the upshot of the ceasefire is that it's not a ceasefire, it's an American retreat. Any claim that this is a total and complete victory, that's just bullshit.